Hey guys, UltraHeelVerge here, with the official first episode of the Nation of Domination podcast. This week we'll interview Eric Watts. First of all, here's the Nation. Kenny?
Hey guys, Kenny here.
Muuuftah?
KickoutGaming.
Yo.
Spam?
Hello.
And me. Hey guys! Anyway, this is just going to be a quick introduction. The next thing you'll hear is the interview with Eric Watts. Enjoy, guys! Yeah. What was it like actually getting on to Tough Enough? Like,
Yeah, man.
what
Like,
was the experiences getting into it?
okay. Well, all right. I first saw the ad for. Well, no, it wasn't really an ad, but like when I first found out that Tough Enough was coming back, like I think it was around like October or November of 2010. Being the cynical wrestling fan that I am, I figured that there's no chance of me or my friends making the show because I figured that like most things in wrestling, that's already like kind of work, already fixed. So I just figured that they'd have their cast, and that the casting call was just for just for PR. But it turns out that long story short, I send in my stuff and I go through a big audition and have a brilliant interviews, and next thing I know, I am getting ready to have a match with Joey Ryan at NWA Hollywood, and I find out I get a call right before the match saying that I made the show. So trying to work a match, with that news, was pretty ridiculous. But we got through the match, and the next day I left for the show, and and the rest, as they say, is history.
Yep. How actually surreal was it just knowing that you actually are going to be on the show?
Oh man, the thing about it is I didn't even have that much time to register because like we literally I left like the next day. You know what I mean? So like as far as like having time to train or whatever, like there was no time. It was time to go. And right before filming for that started, I was coming off of a back injury. So I wanted my back to be a little better for it, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Like opportunities like that don't come around very often, so I had to go. And but yeah, man, like just it was insane, man. Like especially like that first episode where it shows us running down to the ring with Steve Austin standing in the middle of the ring in an empty arena. Like that moment right there was just something I just can't put into words. And what's funny about that is that like and as most TV shows, especially reality TV shows, they do things in multiple takes. So that shot of us running to the ring with Stone Cold there was actually done twice. So so we ran down, and they were like, "Oh shit, there's Stone Cold Steve Austin," and they're like, "Oh, you guys, like, want to go back up the ramp and do it again?" So we had to do it twice. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot it's a TV show." Because like you really forget like that there are cameras there and the production crew. Like you really get like completely like immersed in the experience, and that was one of those moments where like we didn't even like realize that there were cameras there. But we, at least from my perspective, it was just me and Austin, and that was it. So that was pretty wild.
Okay.
So.
I believe another one of you has a question.
Yeah. On camera, Stone Cold tries to act like this complete badass that will kill you in the blink of an eye. But is he really like that behind the scenes, or no? Is he a nicer guy?
He's one of the things Stone Cold and Bill DeMott and Booker T all say is that you have it on 24/7, and Steve Austin like is definitely like that at all times. I mean, here's the thing. Like the whole like the bottom three like segments, like he had to be a dick because he was as a bottom three. Like why would he be nice to those people? But I don't know if you remember the episode where Martin got eliminated because of his injury. You see kind of a softer side of Stone Cold. I mean, he's definitely still Steve Austin, but he's not just mean. Like if that's your question, is he mean all the time? No, he's not mean all the time, but he's definitely like. He's the rattlesnake at all times. Like that, he never turns that off. That's always on.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yep. So, have you actually been a wrestling fan like most of your life, or?
Oh yeah, man. As long as I can remember, man, I've always been a wrestling fan. See, my earliest memory of wrestling was going to the Great Western Forum and watching the Red Rooster and Earthquake have a match. That's like that's way back. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's like 80s. Yeah, I mean, you guys probably do. But that's like that's old school right there, man. I've loved it, my whole life. Man. It's all I've ever wanted to do is be a WWE superstar. And I'm not done yet, but yeah, man, I've always loved it, man. Always.
Yeah. If like you say that you've been fan like always, but has there been like one wrestling moment or thing that made you actually want to be a professional wrestler?
I think when I hit my growth spurt in high school, when I shot up in height, I thought that maybe I'd have a decent shot. Especially because I had people telling me that I should give it a shot. Because I played high school football and a couple years of college football. And as far as I'm like athletic type stuff, and like, yeah, man, I just got tall. Like when I was in high school, I was like 6'4". I was like, hey, they do. And see, high school at the time, I think Triple H was champion. That was during his like reign of dominance. And I was as tall as he was, so I was like, well, I think I'm gonna try this. So, although I didn't start training until a few years after that, but I definitely like in high school, once I got tall, I figured I'd have a good shot.
Yep. Now, actually, do you have any, I'm sorry, I know that you actually still keep in touch with AJ, but are there any other people that you still like talk to from Tough Enough?
Yeah, I talk to Martin often. I talk to Rima. Talk to Christina every now and then. Evilise every now and then. I've talked to Jeremiah like once or twice. Andy, not at all. Luke a few times. Matt occasionally. Michael occasionally. Ryan, not at all. Michelle, not at all. So, I say my best friends are from that show are Martin and AJ.
Yeah. Oh, I actually saw you two's match at what was it? Was it UCW?
Oh yeah.
For the 10th. Yeah, that match actually was pretty good. I just think watching it on AJ's channel, he uploaded the entire match. I think there's a little too much heckling in the crowd for that much of a good show.
Yeah, man, like it's fine. I mean, like especially the way I was like portrayed on TV. Like I understand like, what that brings. I get that I'm going to get heckled for pretty much the rest of my career about that. But it's fine. You just take it in stride. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. You just gotta sort of go with the flow and just don't let it kind of block you or prevent you from doing what you got to do. But there's a lot. Like there's one fan in particular who just wouldn't shut up like the entire show and just kept saying stuff. And and those are my favorite worst because like then it's like they want to be the star of the show. Like they're trying to get themselves over, and like no one paid to see them. They paid to see the wrestling, and they paid to see Murder vs. Luke. They didn't pay to hear the fan run his mouth the whole show. So but that's part of the deal though, so it's fine.
It was an excellent match. Let me just say that.
Thank you.
You mentioned the wrestlers you actually keep in touch with. Do you actually think Andy should have won Tough Enough? Like we've heard AJ and Martin's point of views on the winner, but what do you think?
Here's the thing. Like I feel like whatever I think or whatever my opinion isn't important at the end of the day because that's just Steve Austin and all the trainers chose, and obviously they have much more experience in this than I do and all this other stuff. So, but personally, if I were to win 7 Andy wouldn't have made it as far as he did. I mean, he worked really hard. Like, he was the hardest working guy in the house, I'd say. And he really wanted it for his family. And he's, but as far as just, like, star power, I just don't understand. But I felt Luke was head and shoulders better than Andy. But, they chose what they made a decision that they made. So, that's, how it is.
Yeah. I've actually heard things that, was it in the end that Steve Austin picked, or was it just like McMahon, people like that? Do you know? Or
well, I would imagine McMahon's the one who's going to be paying him, so I would.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So he has a say in it, but I know that Andy was in Florida Championship Wrestling prior to being on Tough Enough, so maybe that has something to do with it too. Yeah. But I don't know, like I said, man, that was a year ago. They chose Andy, and Andy was the right guy to pick at the time that they thought. So I'm not going to argue or dispute what they picked. But my opinion, not that it matters. I thought Luke should have won, but
Yeah, like at the time, at the final two, I really did think that Luke was going to come off with the win. Because Luke's from Maine, so am I. So I was thinking, oh, yeah, we're finally going to have somebody who's actually decent from Maine.
I think the problem with Luke, I think where Luke screwed up was like during the episode where it was actually the finale episode where they were training at FCW. Like he lost a lot of size. I mean, he was never really big. He was really like leaned out and cut. But like during that episode, especially, he like lost a lot of his definition. I don't know what happened to him, but he just kind of I don't know. He's lost his body. Whereas Andy like swelled up in size. Like Andy, like okay, like during the filming of Tough Enough, he was like, I'd say he was about 250. But during like the finale, he was like 270 easy. Like he just swelled up in weight, and like I think a guy that big, it's hard to beat that. It's hard to beat a big guy in the WWE. So I think that's why Andy won.
Like even Luke's admitted himself that he did let himself kind of go for the finale, but he's in the best shape of his life right now.
Well, he looks amazing right now.
That's good for him.
Yeah, he looks amazing. Like I saw him in Utah, and he looked great. But I thought Luke should have won, and I feel like everyone that's common knowledge. But Andy, like I said before, Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, like at the end of the day, they're the ones with the experience, the ones who know how to make money. So they thought they saw more money in Andy, and that's what they chose. So I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah, not really the best investment if you ask me, but
yeah,
because you obviously heard the recent news that he got released, but
right, sure. Sure, and I never, and the thing about that is that like I haven't really made any statements on that yet. I haven't talked about it with anybody yet, but I feel like too many people are celebrating the fact that he got released, and I think that's wrong because it's like how are you gonna celebrate somebody losing their job? You know what I mean? Like this dude just had a kid, and then he has a family and a wife, and like I'm not gonna celebrate that. But do I think he should have won Tough Enough? No. Did I want him to lose his job? No, I didn't. And so it's just one of those things where I wish people weren't so happy about him getting released.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, he did have a FCW contract prior to him joining Tough Enough.
Right.
I think at that point it was probably just to see if he would get a better name out there, because if he was going to stay in FCW, I doubt people would actually know Andy Levine.
Right.
Maybe, but
right.
No, I guess it ended up not really working in his the best of his favor. But
I mean, who knows? It could be one of those things where they let the door open for him. Because I know lots of times like they do want guys to go off and get more experience working overseas or on the independents. Then they'll bring him back in. Like I definitely don't think Andy left on bad terms. I feel like the door's open for him to come back. He did some seasoning. I mean, he's only been doing it for a year total, so he's still brand new. So I think he'll be fine. Just give him some time. He'll come back.
Yeah. Actually, that match with Martin and Luke in Utah, I believe that. How actually was that? Because I still haven't seen that because I haven't seen any like recordings of it or anything. It's like
it's a really good match.
It's really bugging me.
It was awesome, man. Like it told a really great story. Martin has gotten really big since Tough Enough. And like when I mean big, I mean like buff. He's gotten huge. So he looks good. I mean Luke's gotten really lean. But they put in a great match, man. They're like they told a good story. I know at one point Martin was actually working over Luke's ankle, so I thought that was a good little bit in the match. But no, it was good, man. They went about 20 minutes or so, and the crowd loved it, and it was good. It was a really good match. Really good match.
Yeah. You guys had, or you and AJ, I'm sorry, had a team Tumble Watts.
Yeah.
How many times did you guys actually work together?
AJ and I have teamed up a grand total of 1 time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just one match, man. That's all we've had together is one match. Yeah. I mean, you would think that we would have more if I were to talk about it. Nope, we just teamed up 1 time. That's it. That's all you need, right? Just 1 time.
1 time. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But so obviously you're still working on trying to get a contract with the WWE.
Absolutely.
If any other doors open, such as competitors, Total Nonstop Action, would you take that ship?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like with the wrestling business, like you can't stay out of the spotlight for too long, otherwise you become forgotten. Luckily, I'm working with NWA Hollywood, and their show is shown locally out here in Southern California. But also they run their show on the internet, so you can watch it there. And I've got to work with guys like Cole Cabana and Adam Pierce and guys like that, and Percy Pringle, aka Paul Bear. So
Oh, I love
so
him.
yeah, man. So it's important to stay in the eye. So if competitors want to work together with me, and then I'm definitely open to the idea. Because it just doesn't make sense for me to sit at home on my ass if there's an offer there. So,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, it's a business. It's a wrestling business, so I got to do what's best for business. And I am my own business. I am my own enterprise. So I need to, be out there as much as I can.
Yep. Actually, have you actually worked with anybody, nameable? No, I don't want to make it seem like that, but who's your favorite person, or who has been your favorite person to work with so far?
Wrestling match-wise, I think my favorite opponent is Willie Mack. Have you heard of him?
I can't say I have.
Willie Mack, he's a local wrestler out of SoCal. He's starting to blow up. He had heard of a PWG, Pro Wrestling Gorilla?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Yeah, well, he works primarily for them, but he's really good. He's like 275 pounds, but he can do like horses and shooting stars. It's really, really wild to see. He's definitely a spectacle to see with your eyes. He's incredible. So I think he's my favorite opponent. You can look him up on YouTube and stuff. Willie Mack, he's awesome.
Oh, I definitely will.
He's awesome.
Yep.
So.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, typing over there.
What? I'm sorry.
I hear the keyboard getting pounded over there. What's happening?
Oh, it's not me. It's my it's co-host.
Okay.
Did you want to ask something, Kenny?
Who's your favorite current WWE superstar right now to watch?
Does the Undertaker count current, or is he not there enough?
He's not there
The
now.
Undertaker.
Okay. Besides the Undertaker, I would say Cody Rhodes, man. He's awesome now. He's taking it to a whole other level. I mean, he cut down right now, but the whole mask thing he was doing, and then when he came back without the mask, I just think he's in a whole other stratosphere right now. Him and Wade there.
Right now, so.
Yeah, he's so good, man. Cody Rhodes and Wade there.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, of course. Those guys are so good in the ring.
It's a shame what happened to Barrett with his arm.
I know, man. I'm a huge Barrett guy, too. It's a damn shame.
Yeah. Talking about your favorite superstar right now, who would be your favorite of all time?
Undertaker, no question.
No.
No doubt in my mind. Undertaker, man. I feel like that should be everyone's favorite for the stuff he's done for wrestling and how good he is, and how he's in that gimmick. If you think about it, it's kind of a cheesy gimmick, but he's made it work, and I think that's a testament to his greatness. He's just the best.
Yeah.
So.
Any certain Undertaker match that you really, really like that you really like? Sorry.
Oh man, I like his match with Shawn Michaels as well as with Triple H. He's just, especially it's with age, he's gotten better, which is amazing, especially for a big man. He's just his match with Shawn Michaels at 25 was just off the charts, and both of those guys are well into their 40s, and it's just show a lot for young guys having trouble following, and that's just man. He just has so many moments for me, especially as a kid growing up, and because I'm 26 years old, and he debuted in '90, so he's basically been there my entire life, basically my entire time of watching wrestling. He's been there, so yeah, man, he's just the best.
Yeah, he can do some stuff that maybe people like 240 or 230 can't even do.
Yep,
so
that's true.
When he dives over the ropes and stuff like that, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. I don't know how he does that, but he does it.
No.
I don't know how he does that. It's freaking incredible.
Yep. Kenny, you got something?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Really, thank you. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to be actually wrestling against Martin for the first time in a couple of weeks. Actually, in a week, May 12th, in Las Vegas for Adrenaline Unleashed. It's going to be me and CB Slade versus Martin Casals and Tommy Misfit in a tag match. So
Casals, that's how you spell
Casals. So I look forward to beating his ass in Vegas, and hopefully we're still friends afterwards.
That's awesome.
So.
Yep. Thank you for
Thank you
really
for coming on.
taking the
Yeah,
time.
thank you.
Yeah.
No problem, man. Sorry about the late start, and I apologize for that.
Oh, no problem. It's all good.
Cool, man. All right, man. Take care.
Yep.
Take care.
No, you take care. Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck in Vegas.
Kick Casals' ass. So that's the show, guys. First episode down. Multiple guests and interviews to come. This is just the first step on the road to happiness, I guess. That just sounds really weird, like cult-like. Anyway, guys, I want to send out a special thank you to Eric Watts for coming down for the show. It's pretty awesome, man. Take care, guys. Talk to you guys next week. Signing off from the nation. Peace.